to really IAP2 USA's opportunity to let you know what we did back in 2015 and to introduce our 2016 board and what we're going to be doing in 2016. As mentioned, my name is Amelia Shaw and I am IAP2 USA's Executive Manager, and it's a real pleasure for me to welcome everyone to the 2015 AGM. So that is the welcome. We do have 10 people on our call at the moment, and we are expecting another 10. So as you know, this meeting is recorded and will be available to all members after today's event as well. So we're really pleased to have everyone on the call with us. So I just want to let you know that we're also hoping to have this AGM be interactive. So if at any point in time you want to ask a question, you can do that in a variety of different ways. You can either put it in the question box or you can raise your hand. I will be able to see if you've raised your hand. I will open up your microphone and you can ask the question directly of either myself or whoever else may be speaking at the time. So the first one that I want to ask everybody is whether or not you have anything that you would like to add to today's agenda. So if there's anyone out there that would like to add anything to today's agenda, please let me know right now. I am not seeing up. Hang on a second. Anything about the future conference and or future symposium? Larry, thanks for that question. And certainly when Leah talks about 2016, she'll be able to fill you in a little bit on what's going to be happening in 2017 as well, because as you can well imagine, planning for conferences and symposiums will actually take place in 2016. So thank you for that, Larry, and we'll be Leah's on the call. She can see that you've asked that question, so she can make sure that that she responds to that when she does 2016. Anything else that people would like to have added to the agenda? All right, so what I do need an adoption of the agenda. All of you should be able to see your hands. So if you approve today's agenda, could you please raise your hand? So excellent. So let the record show that we have a unanimous, all hands have been raised and the agenda has been approved. So thank you very much for that. I gratefully appreciate it. You can now lower your hands and then put your hand back up when it's time to ask any other questions. Oh, Larry's asked another question. One other, sorry, collaboration with NCDD and other like-minded groups. Larry, certainly in 2016, strategic alliance is a big part of what we're going to do. So Leah, here's another question for you as we're heading into 2016. So Larry will certainly make sure that that question is asked as well. So, and we respond to that. And please, for the rest of you that are on the call, please don't hesitate, as Larry has done, to send something in the question box, and we can make sure that we include it in the process as we move forward. So one of the things that I forgot to mention right at the get-go is I'm actually welcoming all of you on behalf of David Hovde, the 2015 president. David is traveling today and he sends a very big hello and regrets for not being able to be with us. So and Carol will be leading the highlights and then Leah will be taking over for 2016, and I'll get everyone to introduce themselves as they take over the various parts of today's agenda. So before we get going too much further, I want to acknowledge our 2015 board. All of you should be able to see the screen at this point in time and see who was part of that board. And the other thing that I want to bring to people's attention is the 2015 year in review. This will be the first time that you're seeing it. As long as I can open it up here, just give me one sec. I just need to. I made this work so well before, and of course that's always the way. I just wanted to show you the 2015. So here is our 2015 year in review. That is now up on our website, but it's being seen for the first time here on today's AGM. And this also contains lots and lots and lots of information about what we did in 2015, but it also showcases our wonderful board members that were part of that. So, so I just wanted to acknowledge our 2015 board members and all of the great work they've done. So with that, Anne, I am actually now going to turn this over to you, and so that you can start talking about what we did in 2015. So Anne, over to you.
Great. Thanks very much, Amelia, and welcome, everyone. I will go through this fairly quickly. This will, of course, be available to you through the annual report, as well as this PowerPoint we'll put up online so you all have it, but just wanted to go through these briefly so you had a chance. We had some beginnings of some great increases in membership in 2015. You can see the graph. That's, of course, a critical priority for this organization, is reaching out nationwide. We're trying to continue. We tried in 2015 to continue building some capacity at the local level, and then tried to stimulate more membership as we began our look at different membership categories, that you'll hear more about for 2016. We had a fantastic joint Canadian and U.S. Conference in Portland in the fall. 300 and some participants, is that right, I think? So thanks to the local hosts for that brilliant work, great presentations.
So actually,
go ahead, Amelia.
Actually, Anne, we had 360 participants, and the most that we'd ever had before was 180. So we doubled previous participation in Portland. It was really very exciting.
And literally sold out. We had some people who we simply couldn't accommodate because the venue wasn't large enough, which is a pretty great problem to have, right? So I know that some of you on this call, many of you attended, and some of you were presenters, and that's really what made it all happen, is all the participants, as well as the fantastic local volunteers that made this happen. That was great success. And as you may recall, we alternate the location between the U.S. and Canada, because we have a lot of people who participate in, through the two organizations. We have a much larger body of participants. So we will be up on tap again for hosting it in 2017. We'll mention that briefly later. A long-standing commitment and effort to create a certification program for members. This task force has been working for several years diligently, and consulted with the membership a number of times, and finished their work in 2015, and then launched the pilot assessment center, and had their first set of graduates who have been certified as Master P2 people, and great, fantastic work on behalf of the membership and the practice. We had participation. The U.S. led a federation level effort, in fact. So this was an international effort, but launched and piloted in the U.S. for the first time. So kudos and thanks, and encourage you to participate in this and become certified, as well as to encourage other members and others you know who believe in this work to go through that really great process. We had some great results from Core Values Awards process. Amelia's highlighting those right there up on the screen. Some great submissions from around the country, and projects of the year that went on to win some international awards. So all those details are up there. Amelia, do we want more details, or should we just leave it?
No, I think we're just leaving it. I'm going to flip back and forth, Anne, because I'm really proud.
That's fantastic, actually.
I'm really pleased with our 2015 year in review, and of course, for anyone that wants more information on what's being highlighted at today's AGM, it's all there. So I just wanted to show them where they could find it. So thanks for that, Anne.
That's a really big help. Thank you. We also continue revamp and deepen and expand our communications options, again, with the commitment to serve members as best possible. So a complete overhaul of the website, hopefully making it a lot easier for everybody to find everything. Continued expansion and deepening of our learning webinars that are free for members and a small fee for non-members. Those get better every single time. I know we have people on the call who helped create this, and many who continue to both contribute and participate. They're really excellent learning opportunities, so we encourage people to participate in those a lot. Updated look and feel, really we rethought those monthly newsletters, and one of the things we'll be doing later this year is to put another survey out to members asking about how we can do this even better, but some really good progress, and lots more work in social media in 2015, so good progress there. We launched, in a big exciting adjustment, we launched the new government membership level, which is for government entities, either as whole or in part, with the fees based on number of employees. We have gotten tremendously positive response to that. We did initially when it was launched, and as 2016 has continued, so that's going to be really exciting for members and the services that can be offered there. We piloted for the first time a mentorship project as a member service, so those of you who participated either as mentors or mentees, thank you so much. That will continue again this year and into the future. It's already underway. Strategic Alliance, we continued making some connections and weighing in as an organization on the White House Open Government Initiative. We also followed through and completed some partnerships with the American Planning Association and the Transportation Research Board in terms of participating in some of their activities, events, and getting out in front of our members. So board members and staff members from IAP2 USA, having some physical presence in front of some of those members to build those relationships both between organizations and among members. Work some more on our strategic plan, of course, following through on those commitments that were made. You see the list of our top 5 goals and our strategies underneath that, and each of the national committee action plans is aligned with the strategic plan priorities. So we encourage those of you who are within the membership but not on the board to join some of those committees, because that's always an important thing. We hosted the training symposium, a pilot training symposium in May of 2015 in Minneapolis. It was a great success as our pilot. We continued on in early 2016. We'll talk about that later in the highlights, and are planning already for 2017. So there's a link information to the year in review, and I think that's all from me.
Thanks very much, Anne. Really appreciate it. So we're now just going to go on to the Treasurer's report for 2015. And John, I'm just going to open up your mic. So John, it's over to you to report out on the Treasurer's report for 2015. And most people can see the highlights, so just over to you very quickly, just in case you want to highlight something or other questions.
Can everybody hear me? I've had some problems connecting today.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can, John.
Oh, good. Thank you. Treasurer's report for 2015. As you can see by the bullets, IAP2 USA ended 15 in a positive financial condition with end-of-year assets of $124,080, of which $22,654 and change remained in the restricted account as reserve. Total income for 2015 was $88,736, and the top revenue generators were the North American Conference, huge success, sold-out conference, very successful skills symposium, which was our first run at a skills symposium, and very good for us. And then, and let's see what else we had. And then our membership, I think my recollection is that we doubled membership last year, so in 2015. So all around an enormously successful year for IAP2 USA. Our the costs, our highest costs are in the areas of personnel with our 3 contract employees. And as you can see there, the breakdown of hours per month that we pay our contractors. That's the bird's eye view of the Treasurer's Report for 2015. Are there any questions?
So John, I'm not seeing any questions at this point in time, and I don't see anyone's hand up, but certainly if you have any questions for Anne or John on the highlights of 2015 in the Treasurer's Report, please don't hesitate to put up your hand or send me a question. I'll be happy to do that. So that's 2015. And now we're going to head into 2016, and we're going to let Leah now take the lead on 2016. So Leah, over to you.
Can you hear me?
We can, Leah. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I'm really excited to introduce our 2016 board. Many of you already know some of our board members, including Ann Carroll, who's been on the board for actually since we became a U.S. affiliate, and Wendy Lowe, and a few others. So I'm going to just go through and kind of give you an overview. We've got a few folks who've left since the 2016 board began. So yeah.
Leah.
Please go ahead.
Sorry, my apologies. I thought we had updated to the USA board, and I see that there is an error on here. So, so for the information of people, and again, my sincere apologies. I thought this had been double checked. But David Hovde is now no longer with the board. He was with our board in 2015, so we want to sincerely thank him for his participation on that. And of course, Leah is our 2016 president. Ann Carroll is the secretary. Our treasurer is John Poynton. And if you look a little bit further down, you will have the opportunity to see Kit Cole, and Kit is our president-elect. So my apologies. We will certainly make sure that this PowerPoint is updated to ensure that we have the correct 2016 board. So not quite sure what happened here, Leah. My apologies.
That's okay. So I just wanted to highlight a few things. We've got a really great board, really dynamic people from across the United States. We have John Poynton is our treasurer, like I mentioned, in Colorado, and is our secretary. She is in St. Paul. Kit, our president-elect, is in Los Angeles, along with another one of our directors, Jennifer Trotter. Also in California is Kathy Smith. She's in San Diego. We've got folks in like Miles Alexander in Wisconsin, MJ Bull in Westfield, Massachusetts. Francesca Petrocolo is in Portland. Jay Vincent in Chicago. Wendy Lowe is also in Colorado. Ryan Henderson in Fort Lauderdale. Kyle Bazenko again in St. Paul with Ann. And Matt Leininger, who's actually in Canada. So we've got a great group of people from across the country representing a lot of different interests and a lot of different backgrounds. We've got consultants, folks interested in natural resources, urban planning, education. We have city managers. We have community development folks, people like me who work primarily in transportation, and even people working in very democratic processes like elections. So a great group of really energetic and fun people. If you haven't met our new board members for 2016, I'll call them out briefly. That's Ryan, Jennifer Trotter, Jay Vincent, and Kathy Smith, I believe, are the 4 that joined us this year. I'd encourage you to reach out and say hello. They are all leading different opportunities and are just really fun and exciting people. So welcome to our new board members, and thanks for sticking around to the rest of our board. We've got a lot of things happening, as you saw from the 2015 report, and as you can see now on this slide, just a few of the things that are coming in 2016. So our certification task force will be holding Certification Assessment Center in September of 2016. The deadline to apply for that is May 26th. So if you are interested, this is a phenomenal program. It is brand new. We've completed the pilot, and so this is a great way to sort of professionalize our industry, and our certification task force has put a ton of work into that. So if you're interested, there's more information on the website for all of these items, but again, that deadline is May 26th. We're co-hosting the North American Conference in Montreal. That is September 28th to 30th. It is a favorable exchange rate right now, and the early bird rate extends until June 30th, but hotel rooms are going very quickly at the discounted group rate. So I would encourage you to book your hotel and your travel and get registered to come to the conference. It should be a lot of fun. We have had a very enjoyable skills symposium in San Diego, and we will be having another one next February, and we've begun planning the 2017 North American Conference, which will be held in Denver. I'm the chair of that committee, so if you are interested in working on the 2017 conference, please shoot me an email or give me a call. We'd love to have more volunteers. Right now we're just working to confirm the venue and the theme. Again, the Skills Symposium was really exciting. I really enjoyed it. It's a great opportunity to brush up on some skills. So, and it's offset from the annual conference time in September, so I'd encourage you to look for not only the registration, but there will be a call for trainings here coming out in the next month or so, a couple of months perhaps. Let's see. The training committee has been very busy hosting trainings, exploring new opportunities for training courses, including online trainings, and looking at co-hosting trainings with other similarly minded associations. In fact, there's so much happening in the training group that I can't update you more than that, but I would suggest if you're interested in training or what's going on there, to contact the training committee. Board members who are on that committee include Wendy Lowe and Ann Carroll. So if you are interested in training, there are great resources there for you.
So Leah, I will just jump in there. Ann is on the line, and certainly Ann is the chair of the training committee. So again, if Ann wants to add anything, she can certainly do that if there's any other questions. So with Ann being the chair. Thanks, Leah.
Thank you.
The mentorship. So I have nothing to add except I would encourage any of you on this call to join training or other committees. All of us have a lot going on, and we can always use more people, so it'd be fantastic.
Thanks, Ann. The mentorship program began last year, and it's in a second year now. It's a great opportunity to build new relationships for new practitioners to work with somebody more experienced in the field, for both mentors and mentees to learn new perspectives, support one another, and help grow and expand the practice. It is an annual program, so it does begin at the beginning of each year. So if you're interested in that, talk with some of the mentors and mentees. I've been really pleased to hear some of the great feedback that we've received from both sides. People seem to really be enjoying it, so consider something like that if you have some extra time. We are ramping up our strategic alliances, so Larry, along with your question about working with groups like NCDD, Kyle is the chair of that committee, and he may be better able to speak to that either now or offline. There are a lot of groups that we could do partnerships with or do some outreach with to continue expanding our reach, professionalizing the practice, and exploring new opportunities. So if you're interested in strategic alliances, I would definitely suggest you speak with Kyle Bazenko. And then we are working on some new marketing opportunities as well as a strategic communications plan for the organization. So those things are sort of under the purview of our communications committee led by new board member Kathy Smith. We're all communicators in some aspect or another, and I would definitely encourage you, if you're interested in how we talk about ourselves as an organization and how we talk about ourselves to other organizations and clients, to definitely get with Kathy and participate in shaping how we market ourselves. So just tons of opportunities for IAP2 members to participate, to gain new members, to help recruit clients and bring them into the fold, so to speak. So I would definitely encourage you to check out the website, make contact with the board members who are on these various committees, myself included, or as always, ask Amelia if you aren't sure.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Leah. There was one question that we received during your update, and that was from Larry, just wondering whether or not we've got dates for the Denver conference yet.
We do not. We are still confirming a venue. It will be around the same time as usual, sometime likely the end of September. We plan to announce that at the Montreal conference.
Thanks, Leah. So thank you very much to the board members that have joined us today, that have presented, to let IAP2 members and others that are interested in IAP2 USA to learn a little bit more about what we did in 2015 and what our plans are for 2016. We've come a long way. I don't know if people really recognize, but we've been an affiliate for about 5 years, 2011. So we certainly have a lot of programs and services underway, and I know that we have a couple of past presidents on the call today, so a big shout out to all of you and a thank you for getting us up and running, and I think we're very excited about the direction that we're heading in now. But we are always open to questions and comments and ideas and suggestions from all of you about how we can continue to deliver to you and how we can continue to do things better. And Anne alluded earlier on to a membership survey coming out in 2016, and that will happen in September or October. We did one in 2014 where we really tried to find out what you wanted and how you wanted us to move forward. So we've got a baseline, and we're going to continue to improve. And I thought, Aaliyah, if it's okay with you, I just want to let people know that you saw a big leap in membership in 2015, which brought us up into the 700s. As of this morning, we have 850 members. And I know that one of the goals was to strive for 1,000 members over the next couple of years, and we're well on our way to doing that. So hopefully we truly are providing you with what you want. So on behalf of the board and the IAP2 USA staff, we hope that we've given you all of the information that you need and that you feel comfortable with where we're at. I'm not seeing any other questions, so I would, I don't know if there's anybody else that wants to raise their hand or say anything else. I'm not seeing anything other than congrats on the membership gain, and yes, Larry, we're very pleased with that. So on behalf of in my role as David for a minute, I want to thank everyone for joining us for today's AGM. We really appreciate your participation and your ongoing support of IAP2 USA and all of the work and initiatives that they're doing. And with that, I'm going to bring the meeting to a close. Can I get a motion from the floor, please? Maybe Anne, John, anybody? Leah? Do you want to provide a motion to close today's AGM?
Yes, I'll move to close.
So can I have everyone raise your hands if you approve the closure of today's meeting? So I'm seeing everyone's hands going up. So I want to thank everyone again. It's been a good AGM, lots going on. I wish everyone a wonderful day, and we'll have the next AGM next year. But as Leah, John, and Anne have said, anytime you want information about IAP2 USA, please don't hesitate to contact us, because we're pretty proud of everything that's being accomplished here, and we'd be more than happy to tell you all about it. So take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.